Hello, Coffee here. For those of you who have been following me for a long time on YouTube, you know that I've been very inconsistent with uploading ones. Mainly because I didn't know what I wanted to do. It's not fun just watching people draw. You get nothing from it. Now, here's the thing. I've published 2 books. Self-published, but published 2 books. And it has occurred to me, my artwork sucks. Now hear me out. I know enough about drawing, enough about art, I know how to fake it well enough to make it look good. I need to actually learn how to draw. First off, I wanted to kind of show you guys kind of where I'm at and explain what I mean by I have a book. If you're interested in the book, link is in the description below. Okay, so you look at pages like this, and you think, okay, this person really knows how to draw, right? But here's the thing. I take a really long time on the pages that look really good, and you can definitely tell when they're rushed. But here's the thing. There's a lot of artists out there who are so good at drawing, even their like really fast bullshit drawing. They look good. And I'm going to kind of show you what I mean in my sketchbook here. So this is my most recent sketchbook. It's nothing impressive, and that's why I'm making this video. My skill is inconsistent, because I never learned how to draw. So like here you can see kind of like the eyes uneven, the nose and the mouth, it just kind of looks kind of weird. They're bullshit sketches. Again, with the face looking uneven. It's not like I'm completely terrible. But the thing is, I never learned. Here's where my complaint comes in. I don't know how to sketch fast and make it look good. One example of that is there was this trend on Facebook where people were posting their OCs. People would ask the OCs questions, and basically the artist would draw the character responding to these questions. I tried doing that with my character Abaddon, but I couldn't do it fast and still make it look good. Quite honestly, these sketches look like crap. Definitely not something you want to see in a published, finished series. So quite simply, I don't know how to draw. I never learned how to draw. I learned how to bullshit my way through everything. How do you learn how to draw? Art tutorials. Specifically art tutorials on YouTube. If I'm going to suck at drawing, might as well teach other people how to suck at drawing too. I'm going to go on YouTube. And because YouTube's kind of already used to my bullshit, I'm going to sign out YouTube. I'm on base YouTube. How to draw. Okay, so far these all look like they're for kids. How to draw. First one that comes up is Whyte Manga. How to draw manga faces for beginner. Trigger warning. I draw like this. Get over it.
My phone didn't record. Apparently neither did anything else. But basically, to sum up what happened, I went on YouTube, I found a tutorial, a terrible tutorial by Whyte. But anyways, to sum it up, and then I ended with this. Following the tutorial side by side. But, because I was not able to record any of this, I had to plug up a secondary computer to be able to record this, because apparently I broke one of my cameras. It was like $50 anyways. Like, I don't know. It charges, and it sounds like it sounds like I knocked something loose in there, so oh well. That computer is a potato that I bought for $50 from a stranger at Starbucks. Frowny face. So we're just going to skip on over to the next page, and we are going to try again.
There are a lot of videos like this already that exist, but I feel like this video will stand out because it's coming from the perspective of someone who makes sequential. Hey guys, Whyte here, and in this video we're going to be going back to the basics visual that you see in most tutorials. I'll try to
Start with the circle.
things.
I'm going to go much bigger this time. Last time I did it pretty small. Yeah. He goes into the jaw really fast.
The actual tip is not, I guess it depends on your style. You might want it to be very pointy or cross. Think of them as guidelines. Just let me know where some of the facial features are going to be placed.
Again, he's connecting the jaw where it interacts with the circle. Okay. So here's where I messed up last time. Okay, just as a reminder. Okay, just as a reminder where I did last time. I followed his tutorial, but he doesn't exactly say like where this is supposed to go, right? Because he already has a style. He already knows where like things are supposed to go. He doesn't say where to place that part, so I'm going to use my own instinct. Even though that's a little bit higher than I would usually place an ear. Right. Except for he put his ear, like, not even outside the circle. But that seems wrong. But I am going to follow the tutorial exactly because I don't know how to draw. Exactly my point. I don't know how to draw. So now we have 2 ears, and I don't know if they're symmetrical. Somehow I already had a line connecting them, I guess. Okay, so
I draw another line across to let me know where the ear ends on the other side. That way, both ears are the same size or the same height. Now I'm drawing the eyebrows. The eyebrows to me kind of start within that first box on the right.
They start in the first box, so that would be here. But he also leaves room for the eye, so that may have been where I messed up last time. So we're going to start kind of at the top, I guess, and I'm going to do vaguely the same shape that he's done. Because he's doing a kind of meaner eyebrow, right? But then he instantly starts, like, mapping where the eyes go, which, I don't know, vaguely somewhere right here, so.
And they don't go across, they don't go above that line. They're usually not higher than the ear. At least in my style, obviously you have it. There isn't one.
Okay, so I'm gonna follow the eyebrow line. He doesn't exactly say this, he just kind of like uses the line as like guidelines instead of actual rules, right? So I'm gonna set the upper eyelid directly on that line. And already the spacing issue I had before, like I'll show you again, I had the eye like a little bit too close to the eyebrow, and I battled with that eye for a really long time, and unfortunately you guys didn't get to see it because I'm an idiot. Like, he's saying back to the basics. That's what this tutorial is, right? Back to the basics. The thing is, there's a lot of things missing. So I have basically the same stuff he has. His obviously looks better, because he actually knows how to draw. But
And for the nose, I'm keeping it really simple. The character's looking head on, so I'm just going to draw a line that goes across.
Line that goes across.
Short line, and then 2 smaller lines, kind of just dots to symbolize where the nostril is going to be. And then where the jaws start to bend and come together, I have a line that goes across, and that's where I put my mouth. Then I have subtle organic lines above the mouth and below the mouth. For the eyes are usually a little thicker to indicate where eyelashes are.
Okay, I did that mildly.
Again, that goes across, just lets me know where this hairline is. And again, this
Okay, so we're going to stop it here. And here's what I want to kind of talk about is, in this tutorial, there's a lot of points he missed. The ear point is not explained, and the tutorial is back to basics, right? But there's no basics that was explained. He did the circle, he did the guidelines, but he didn't exactly explain how he placed it. And this is going to be my problem with it, because a lot of manga tutorials do this, because they've done the studies, they've done the exercises, they've done all the stuff that got them to be able to get to this point and have no problems, because they already know how to draw. The thing about art tutorials is you're teaching people who don't know how to draw, right? Here is my issue. All manga tutorials, they start with the basic circle. This is a good thing. However, how do you know where to place any of these lines? So obviously you're going to have that line in the middle with your character facing head on, but a lot of tutorials I've seen do like a dead center cross. When he started in the beginning, he started with this bottom line. The issue with that is, how do you know where to place the jaw? How do you know not to put the jaw here? And my problem, one of my problems probably is the shape of my circle, because they start with a taller circle, right? Well, I've been stupidly drawing an oval shape, so I'm going to kind of thin out that circle. so that my line for the jaw, it kind of like you're drawing a circle, right? Instead of going in, you would go straight, but still kind of in. And that's where he was getting his bottom line. Now, how long you make the jaw, I guess it depends on the character and your style and all that stuff. But if you don't know how to draw, like, that needs to be explained, right? Because you don't want to have, like, 2 full-size circles unless you're, I don't know, unless your character is just shaped that way, which is fine. So then we're going to have this crosshatch here, or this line, and this is going to go all the way to the bottom. Now, the thing about ears, he did not explain where the ears were going to be placed. A good rule of thumb is, when you look at people, right, your ear does not start above your eye. It starts parallel to it. See? That's a parallel line. And then the ear connects to the bottom of the jaw. That is not something that is explained. And, you know, that's fine. That's his style. He knows what he's doing. He's published plenty of books, and that's fine, right? Let's just say my eyes are going to be... I'm going to do this in pencil in case I don't like it. My eyes are going to be, like, right here. Because that's about where I'd place them. So this is going to be, like, where my, I guess, eyebrow box like he had. Because he had a box for his eyebrows. Never seen that before, but that's fine. So my eyes, the point of the eyes is going to be, you know, directly out. So my ears are going to start there and kind of taper down to the jaw. Because that's how, realistically, ears would be placed. Now, if the head was tilted a little bit, the placement of the ears would change. And if this character was looking downward, like instead of a circle, like he'd be looking more down with the eyes facing up, that would make sense for the ears to be higher because that line is higher. Don't know if that makes sense. And the neck as well. A thinner neck can show either a weaker character or a younger character. So that's why in a lot of anime you'll see the teens with the really small necks. Now, one thing he didn't explain, and I guess I didn't when I was sketching either, is necks don't look like a tree trunk, okay? While that's your basic shape, like kind of like the cylinder shape, that's not what a neck looks like. So basically, when you're drawing the neck, you want to kind of course you want to find where it is, and then you want to kind of go like in a downward shape, kind of like you're drawing 2 really long triangles together. Like, and even that, I'm not going to erase that because that gives me a place to put like the vein, not the veins, but like the jugular veins, and where to start the neck bones. And at this little curve right here, I'm going to kind of do another hump to show that muscle right there. For the placement of the mouth, he was pretty right about that. So you have, you know, this line here, and then a good place to put the mouth is directly between the eyes, or a little bit like if your character has a bigger mouth, you might want to change that a little bit. Obviously, it's in the dead center of the face. So, with the way I have my eyes placed, this mouth is going to sit in the dead center. And the way I drew them is I draw 2 dots, and then I kind of connect them. And then I have just like a little bit of line as a bottom lip. And the eyebrows, depending on the character, so I'm going to draw just like a basic eye shape. Not doing the anime style or anything, like just get them inked in and... There we go. Now, for the nose, okay, once again, there's no explainment of placements or anything, which is fine, but, like, if you have a face, you got your eyes, and you don't have that thought of where to put the nose, you could put a line and a nose here. Now, that's fine if you have, like, an orc or a goblin character, but most of the time, people just want to draw humans, right? And you can experiment with that once you understand the rules enough to break them. So on this face here, a good place and a good rule of thumb to place the nose is you've got like a bit of a space between the mouth. So this one happened to line up really well to where this cross section right here can hold the nose. Now, the nose is a really hard thing to like draw. And like his idea is, you know, not bad. I'm gonna go ahead and draw some eyebrows. Pretty much in the same way he did in this itty bitty box that I did ink. Kind of at like the top of the ears, I guess, just not quite. But noses, like you can draw them in several different ways. There's a basic like little black shape to show a bit of a shadow. I think Naruto does the nostrils. And the way I was taught to draw noses is you draw a circle, and that would be erased later, but I drew this with a pen, and then you kind of do that heart shape under it, and again that would be like erased, I guess, and that would be your shadow. You draw in the nostrils, and that would be like where your light is. And the way I actually incorporate that into my artwork is I have my face. I draw basically where I want the nose to be, what shape I want it to be. Like if I wanted a bigger nose or a more longer nose, I would draw kind of like a shape like that. And then I would have a triangle shape directly under it. Now, depending on the shape of the nostrils I wanted, like if I wanted someone with like the high up nostrils, I would go ahead and draw those in and let them stay connected at the bottom. Or someone with a more, I guess, regular nose. Have that at the bottom. And then depending on the length of the nose, I would like draw that line. Noses are a difficult thing to draw, and it is completely based on style. Some people don't even draw the nose. They just draw the line. They draw the shadow dot. They could do the nostrils. It's pretty much limitless of what you can do with noses. Some people do the hyper-defined thing. The issue with the tutorial is there's no room for alterations on the nose that he explained. He's just like, you draw a line, you draw a line, you draw a line, you draw a line. That's one shape of nose. Noses come in all different sizes. Like, what if you wanted a pointy nose? What if you wanted like a pig nose? You don't really have that explained here. But the way I do it is, if I wanted a pointy pig nose, I would make that top part where the light would shine smaller and give more defined nostrils of this nose pointing up. But with the way he showed the nose, there's no room to change it. And I think that's the issue with a lot of these tutorials, is there's no room for change. Which there are basic rules. The jaws, like, skeletons all basically look the same. There's just different shot sizes and different placements of things. But they all basically work the same. But they're still, like, different shapes and stuff. Like, some people may have smaller ears, and they may face downwards. But, like if I had a character right here, this is where the ear starts, but that ear might be facing downward. And even the bottom of the ears, it can be directly connected to the jaw, or it can go up, depending on what kind of ear you want. Or you could even exaggerate that and give it kind of like that style. Room for change, because not everyone's shaped the same, right? And even with jaws, like, he gave a basic shape for jaws, and that's fine. That's fine, that's his style, but not everyone's jaws are shaped the same. So if you go instantly from the circle here, and instantly go into that shape, that's done. That's, you know, there's no, like, He says like everything can be changed like depending on your style, and that's fine, that's fair. But like if you wanted someone with a wider jaw, you could bring that outward. Or if you needed someone with a more delicate jaw, you don't even have to have that angle. Just instantly go in, and you've got a pretty smooth shape there. And all of that takes practice. My problem with a lot of manga tutorials is they don't leave room for change, they don't explain how to change it, and, you know, I guess that's fine. But there's also no basics being explained. Why are things shaped this way? How are things connected? And I really wish a lot of tutorials explained that better. But, you know, this tutorial did its job, and I'm sure, you know, anyone out there who follows his tutorials may have enjoyed this. And I don't think it's a bad tutorial. I just kind of wish there was more room for change. More tutorials need that. I will rate these tutorials. How to draw faces for beginners by Whyte Manga. I'm going to give this tutorial, I'm going to say 4 out of 10. Mainly because it says it's for beginners, it says back to basics, but I didn't get any of that. Maybe watching this tutorial helped me improve. Maybe it helped you improve too. Obviously, I'm going to put a link to the video I used in the description. Go and give them some attention as well. If there's any tutorials you want me to try and review, send them my way. I suck at drawing, so please help me. If you liked this video, please like it. If you want to see more, subscribe. This is Coffee Allen, and I'll see you next time.